What's up, guys? Welcome to the Go4Evolve tournament number 9, and we are going for the European Cup. The brackets have just been launched, and I guess we can get rid of that countdown timer. With me today is, once again, the one, the talented, the only, Tattletale. Woo woo!
Oh man, talented? Oof. That's a push.
That's a push. The talented Tattletale. But yeah, so there's actually been some big changes in regards to Tattletale. Why don't you tell us about them this week?
So I have become the new coach and manager for all of the Apex teams, current and future. So it's a pretty big move up for me. It now means I am coaching and managing 3 teams currently in this week's ESL, and possibly pushing up to 4 teams by next ESL.
Mm-hmm.
It means I have a lot of games I have to watch through the weeks, a lot of coaching, and a lot of chaos for me in general when it comes to ESL. But it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it, and I like seeing my teams go far.
Well, we look forward to seeing what's going to be happening. In the meantime, guys, I'm just putting the brackets up on the screen so that you guys can see them. And as you can see, in the round of 32, we have Eyes on You with a bye because we do have, I think it's 18 teams this week, or is it 17?
I think it's 18.
18 teams. So we see a large amount of buys in the round of 32 just because, round of 32. So we see Eyes on You with a bye. The only team that actually has a game in the first round of 32 is going to be Natural Selection versus Sheer Jackanapes. And then the winner of that game will be going against Eyes on You. Next game is going to be Averse versus Epex White. We have Salge versus Xenomorphs after that. Eclipse versus KPV. Epex Black versus Taw.net. Stage 3 versus Ninja Penguins. No Hope versus Survivors of Sheer. And Aphie Phoenix versus Team Sith Evolve. So first game we're going to be grabbing is going to be Averse versus Epex White, which is actually 2 of the teams that you coach, right, Tattle?
Yeah, I saw the seeds come in, and I thought to myself, well, that cuts the chances of getting a winning team for me pretty badly. But I can't wait to see this. I've wanted to see Averse versus the Apex team a lot. It's a bit hard for us to work out to get scrims together for that. The time differences really suck, so getting scrims against each team in-house is pretty hard. So it should be pretty interesting to see how Averse pit up against White.
Have they been scrimming against each other lately at all, or?
Averse have not scrimmed against White at all.
Okay. And give me a second here. But so that's kind of weird because normally when you're in like a group like that where you have like Apex tags and you have same coaches and stuff like that, that you actually get to practice against each other.
Yeah, so there have been a lot of scheduling issues this week, so there wasn't as much practice coming through, especially from the White team
Okay.
as other Lights. And as Averse are all based in Singapore, the time difference is pretty much 12 hours.
Yeah, that would do it pretty quick.
Yeah.
Unless you're like me and you don't sleep, so.
Yeah. Yeah, so getting scrim set up midweek is pretty rough.
Well, now that we've gone over that game, what about I haven't heard of Natural Selection or Sheer Jackanapes. What do you think about them? Have you heard
So
anything about them, or?
sheer jackanapes, I do not know at all. Natural selection, I know very well. So natural selection is made up of, if I'm not mistaken, 3 members I already know. Deanimate, who is number 2 Goliath at the moment on the global rankings. He's a decent Goliath player. I'd like to see how he does this week. King Bowie on supports is a previous team member from Yes We Can, who I played with. And Amy Bot is one of the most mechanically gifted Griffins I've seen, and was actually set to be my replacement in Yes We Can before the team disbanded.
Mm-hmm. We'll have to see how they do. We do have Sounds versus Xenomorphs. Both are returning teams. To be honest, I think Salge is going to take that game, but I'm not too sure. Xenomorphs has been practicing a lot lately, so what do you think?
Xenomorphs have been practicing a lot, but I know they've been having some roster issues, so I think Salge is going to be taking that series.
Okay. And with Eclipse versus KPV, I'm betting on KPV.
I'm betting on KPV, but Eclipse is coming in as a new team. We're not sure exactly how they're going to perform, what they're going to bring. So it should be interesting to see whether they can pull that one out of the bag.
Let's see. Yeah, they haven't. Let's see who's on this team. We have Disturbin and Disturber. Dustbur N64. Sorry, messed that up like 4 times. Head Kate Justice, Reverend, Undad Lollipop, and Warhunter 13.
Yeah.
I haven't heard any of these names. Not a single one.
Are you joining in on the monster player for Apex White?
I'm trying to find out what's going on with that. If we're going to be doing it linear or what are we doing? Since we have time.
We are doing it linear. I think I spoke to Averse. They're fine with doing it linear.
Okay.
And did you spoke to Whites?
Yep. I'm waiting on confirmation on that. They're in the middle of a scrim right now, I believe.
Oh yeah, they were just practicing out a bit.
Yeah, so we're just waiting on a response. Once they finish their scrim, they'll let me know.
Yeah.
Most of them are okay with it. I'm just waiting on Shenanigans to say the yay or nay.
Yeah, Shenanigans will be hosting that first game against the Averse Hunter team.
Okay. It won't be too bad.
This is very interesting to see because I know Nightmare or Narcissist as he now goes by for Apex, the owner of Apex, has wanted to see how Averse pit up against Shenanigans to tell whether they're a decent team or whether I just overhype them.
It's just the ESL admins know what you want then, and they're just giving it to you right from the get-go.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm pretty happy that this game gets to come out, but then again, it's like this game comes out first game, and that's a bit rough.
Well, you know, they again just trying to give you every little bit of that you want. Next on the list though is going to be, let's see, Apex Black versus Taw. I have no idea who Taw is. I looked them up. I got no one.
So Tor.net came into the scene a while ago. They were sort of lying in the back, sort of not. I guess you could say they're sort of the shadow team. They've not been actually playing, but they've been sat there with a roster just sort of chilling out. And there were talks a while ago of Mad Cow playing as Monster for them.
That I do remember. Okay, that's ringing a bell.
But they have not picked up Mad Cow as their Monster. They actually pick up Tharmac, who is the Monster player from Yes We Can. So there are 4 people in this tournament at the moment who I am ex-teammates with.
Is that always how it goes? Okay, and let's see, what else we got here? We got Ninja Penguins versus Stage 3. Stage 3, who's on that one? Ninja Penguins, as we like to put it. Shan, yeah, Drone PA, okay.
Yeah, it's Shan's
Esoteric,
team.
Hawkish, Executor, Corin, Swag Nasty, and Tonic. Yep.
So the Hunter team for Stage 3, I think, is their weaker half. Esoteric is a very good monster. He is the monster coming through from Sheer Excellence as they disbanded. And he is a very good monster.
Okay. Survivor's Sheer is, of course, Destroys, Daisy, Eternal Move, Fluffy Burrito, and Sky. Let's see. And they're going against No Hope, who went into the semifinals last week? Right?
Yes, they did.
Yep. So they made it to the semis, which Survivors of Sheer made it to the quarters, I believe.
Yes, I think they got knocked out in the quarters.
Okay. That'll be an interesting game between those two. And we have AP Phoenix versus Team Sith Evolve. I think Sith Evolve is going to take it pretty one-handedly. Well, they're the number 2 seed, aren't they? Yeah. Sith Evolve is number 2 seed.
I think Sith are going to be taking that against AP Phoenix, but AP Phoenix again are a new team coming in, so it should be interesting to see.
What about a French team?
Yes, and they're actually sponsored, which you don't see very often coming in. For a team to come straight out at the bat with a sponsorship like that, it should be interesting how they do.
Sponsored by a key store. Cool. Never even heard of the website, but then again, I don't speak French. So maybe that played a part of it. So I don't know, it seems like the first round's going to be pretty much clear, and then we'll get into the quarters, which will be a lot more tight. Still, the matches for the round of 16 haven't officially been announced yet, but you can pretty much draw it from the buys as to regards to who's going where. Yep, and there they've been announced now. Weird, Averse and Apex White won their buy. Shocker! Okay, so next round's done and ready to go.
Is it just me that hears that pings?
Hmm?
Is it just me that hears pings? Like right there, another. It sounds like
a Mario coin. Like
yeah, I can
in
hear
the background. It sounded like it was coming from your end.
Oh, I know what that's coming from. Oh, that's the damn
Oh, the match chat.
The match chat.
Yeah.
Oh my word, that is loud and annoying.
Well,
that's gonna drive me insane.
Jeez. Whose fault is that? Come on. Oh man. But yeah, so this is what we're going to be looking at this week in regards to matches. We're going to get in on the Averse versus Apex White in this one. We're going to get it linear. And then in the quarters, we'll probably jump down to see if we can pick up the Team Sith versus No Hope or Survivors of Sheer. And then we'll jump on the KPV game in the semis.
Just looking at getting into the games at the moment. Are you in contact with White?
I haven't heard anything yet. I think they're still in their scrim.
Let me jump into the Apex TeamSpeak.
I can actually find out real quick. Well, I know. I just don't want to broadcast anything they say, right?
Yeah, like so it's easier to hear if I can do it.
Yeah, much.
Be right back. 1 second.
Oh, I just jumped into their lobby and they just got out of their match. Yeah, they just finished their scrim. I guess we're right now just waiting to find out what's going on. They got to do their band phase so we know what maps are coming.
Yeah, they're just finishing up that from that scrim. Gonna get through to the band phase pretty shortly. Can't wait to see all the picks coming out this week, though. Definitely a lot of new compositions coming out. Tier 4 comes into the mix, and
oh yeah, Tier 4's in it this week.
Yeah, Tier 4.
I forgot about that. So we're gonna have the Sunny Slim, Torvald, and we're gonna have Crow in it along with Behemoth. How many monsters do you think are gonna pick Behemoth this week?
Cyril might pick it up once or twice. Apart from that, I don't think we're gonna see any Behemoth.
Just seeing how it goes.
Yeah.
Well, the patch came out. Was the Kraken balance patch included in that?
Yes. So Kraken got changed so that the Banshee mines no longer instantly start up. So you effectively can't shotgun people with Banshee mines anymore.
Well, to be honest, that was a change that was needed for a while now.
Yeah, definitely.
So, to be honest, I never was a big fan of the Banshee mines being able to do that in the main thing. That will reduce a large the Kraken's playstyles and how they like to stay up in the air and not really expose themselves at all while dealing a large amount of damage. So, there's that. You can see recent damage on health bar, damage visible, Kraken fixes some flight edge causes that were caused by inconsistent, making him too powerful, too weak, depending on the situation.
Yep, they changed it. How it's pretty much affected the meta has meant that people are now playing him purely Aftershock.
Yeah,
especially
but Aftershock
with
has always been so good.
yeah, it's just pretty much cancelled out any other build, and especially with how Aftershock works at the moment, with if you're gliding, if you're gliding at the moment with Aftershock, then you you don't actually get the reduction in speed as you use Aftershock if you're in midair. So what it effectively means is unless you have any CC coming through, you don't get any way of stopping the Aftershock hitting you unless you have something like a Sunny Boost coming through.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the comps starting to come out at the moment are very much focused on trying to avoid Aftershock and trying to counter that Aftershock build. And as far as Kraken players go, they're all running that Aftershock build. So it's a pretty heavy skill matchup at the moment.
Well, it's very interesting regardless. So it just means you have to conserve 2 jetpacks now as opposed to like just having 1 when you're going against Kraken. So that just kind of changes how much dodge you have on his autos and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, we tested it out. If you don't have a slow or Sunny Boost, you cannot actually dodge Aftershock with 2 jetpack.
Really? With the is it stage 2 or stage 3?
Stage 2 and stage 3. It's too fast.
But you can mitigate exactly how many people get hit, because the main benefit of Aftershock is it does all that damage to everyone in that circle, right? So long as you stay split up and you treat it like a behemoth, you should be okay.
That's sadly not the issue with it. It's used as a single target focus right now.
Why?
Because it just does so much damage and is honestly pretty much unavoidable right now unless you play around it. And so it means that you don't have to worry. It pretty much, you just kill someone straight out.
It's not that good at single target DPS, so don't understand people.
Well, it's just the fact that you can get it. You combo it into a vortex as well, so you get the Aftershock vortex heavy, and you kill someone.
Whoa. Wraith got nerfed again?
As far as I'm aware, yes.
Speed reduced 25%. Duration decreased by 50%. Decoy. Wraith becomes visible for half a second when shot while cloaked. Increased cooldown by 2 seconds. Warp blast. Speed reduced by 40%. Range no longer levels up. Radius like.
Oh no, that's
Oh no, that's the old one. What?
Never
mind.
Changes.
That's March 24th. Okay, I'm flipping out over balance changes that are fucking that are old. I'm trying to find the patch notes. Do you have a link to them?
Yeah, I'll get them 1 sec. Let me grab them for you. There's a nice Reddit post of them. Let me try and find those. Where are they?
Let's see if we can find these patch notes for you so that way we can actually get the right ones on screen. In the meantime.
Here they are. So these are the patch notes.
Where'd you post them? You went to. Can you pick a chat? Like you're all over the place.
I started to stick to the Steam chat because you don't see the Skype chat as quickly.
Oh man. Alright, so here we go. Hunters. Let's see if we can get this sized right. So that way people don't have to look at ads. Alright. Hunt mode. Sudden death forgiveness timer reduced to 10 seconds was 15. Oh, okay. Hunter's Toxic Grenade removes Hunter's slow effect, and the crowd goes wild. Multi-fire rocket launcher, 200% more accurate for long-range destruction. Shrapnel grenades increase proximity detonation radius to help versus airborne targets. Val heal burst, increase self heal by 50%. That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
She could never heal herself. She could heal everyone else. She can heal herself.
Yeah. Val became viable with this patch.
Yep. Slim Spore Cloud launcher radius decreased by 20%. Oh man.
Yeah, they were.
Alright, mini nuke got changed.
Yeah, mini nuke actually got
increased proximity detonation radius versus airborne. That's
buffed.
it. Yep. Okay, so my 30k damage is gonna get higher. Awesome.
Sunny's actually in a better place now than before. She's actually viable but not broken.
Yep.
Which with her kit is very hard to do. I'm very surprised they actually managed to do it.
Okay, and it looks like we're going to be starting with the Apex Hunter team versus Legendary.
Oh, cool. This should be fun to see.
And it's going to be linear, so by looks of it, so we should be good. Monster Stamina with Goliath, Kraken, and Wraith stamina. Melee stamina autofill time is set to 3 seconds, was quicker before it was varied per monster. This controls how quickly monster heavy hit can be used. When pausing between melee attacks, this will have no effect on what attacks can be used while constant melee attack and armor regeneration. Starts 6 seconds after, okay. Lightning Strike was boosted to constant speed. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, and then perks. Now, perks was something huge coming into this because there were some big things that happened here. So damage bonus got just flat out reduced, and what this meant was that DI suddenly became less of a thing. DI now is not a you just take it every time on monster thing.
Yeah.
And it opened up the option to go for other things such as traversal stamina or CDR. In fact, I'm pretty certain everyone's just taking CDR now.
I always took CDR. Like everyone was I always took CDR. CDR was so good.
Yeah, definitely.
30% more abilities, or you can do 15% more damage in the old patch.
Yeah.
It's like 30% more abilities is 30% more damage. Really.
Yeah. And I mean, what it has meant is something. There's a meta that started to come out. There's a comp that started to come out called Hank Tank, and pretty much it's DR on everyone but Assault, and you run Hank. And since monsters are not taking DI anymore because it's not as efficient, you just can't kill anyone. And it's pretty much like it's a pretty interesting comp to see coming out, and it just shows how much that when you just change something small such as the amount coming out on DI, you just change the meta completely. And I mean, you then change, like, cooldown reduction was reduced. It's less, but it's still very much viable and useful. The change to movement speed was something I was very, very happy about because, in my opinion, movement speed was already in a good place, especially for the hunter teams. It wasn't picked up by
I don't think it was that
monsters.
great, though. It was good in situations and against specific monsters, but if you look at... And it also was very map-dependent, because if you're going to be using a lot of your airborne, jump, like you're using your jetpack boosters to keep yourself airborne and keep that going, then you're not going to be using your movement speed as much.
And I mean, that was the case, but now it's to the point where movement speed is just better, in my opinion, than jetpack. There are still people out there who claim jetpack.
It depends on map, though. I would still say it's widely depends on map.
It is still, but it's playstyle. I mean, Shinya, the Trapper 4 verse, honestly hates jetpack. He was running movement speed before the change because he just doesn't like the way jetpack plays out. He doesn't like the playstyle of it. He plays better with run speed.
Okay. And it looks like we're getting started here. Looks like we are good to go, guys.
Wait, we're playing Distillery, right? I think
and it should be interesting to see because movement speed is a thing that I've seen some monsters pick up now as well. Because especially with it being better and more viable on the hunters, you have to sort of take something to get distance from the hunters. And it's arguable whether you actually will ever get distance from the hunters, even with movement speed, but it definitely helps. So that's definitely come into the meta as well. Stamina was changed as well. Climb
And the lobbies is
speed.
launching right now, by the way. It looks like you're going to be running Maggie, Kyra, Goliath, Hank, Markov in the game.
Okay. Reload speed actually got decreased.
Okay. We're going to do a fade out just for a second, so just give me a second.
Sure.
And we will be good to go. Alright guys, so we'll be back in a second, just doing a fade in, and we will be all set.